Sand cuts through the wind. Gunfire shreds the dawn. 12 Rangers caught in a perfect kill zone, surrounded by 32 insurgents and running out of time. 2 kilometers away, one woman lies still on a ridge. Staff Sergeant Harper Vale, her rifle steady, her heart silent. Through the static, she hears a voice she knows. Her brother pinned down, unaware she's watching. In the next 21 minutes, she'll rewrite the odds. 34 enemies will fall, 1 family will survive, and the desert will remember her name, because some ghosts are made in daylight, and one of them just took the shot. Before we begin, where are you watching from? And if you believe honor and courage still matter, help keep their legacy alive. Sand hisses through the wind. Gunfire rips the dawn apart. Inside a broken compound, 12 Rangers fight for their lives. Voices crackle over radio static. Contact! Heavy fire! We're boxed in. 2 RPGs tear through the southern wall. Concrete rains down. Sergeant Mason Hale shouts orders, voice hoarse and steady. They're surrounded, pinned by machine guns from every rooftop. 2 kilometers away, a woman lies still on Sakar Ridge. Her name is Staff Sergeant Harper Vale. Her cheek rests against the stock of an M110A1 rifle, breath slow and even. Through the scope flashes, smoke, chaos. Her brothers are trapped. She whispers. 1 shot. The shot breaks the desert silence. A PKM gunner folds backward, his weapon clattering beside him. 1 gun down, dozens still alive. 12 hours earlier, 0300 hours. Harper shoulders her pack and steps out from Camp Dryden under a bruised sky. No convoy, no escort, just her, the rifle, and a mission no one will ever read about. She checks her roster before heading out. Her eyes pause on one name, Hale Mason. Then she moves on without a word. The road to Aldemir is silent except for the wind across empty fields. By 0415, she reaches the base of Sakar Ridge, climbs the slope, and disappears among the rocks. The city lies ahead, a maze of concrete shells, windows like open mouths. She sets her bipod, scans the district, logs bearings. Overwatch 7 in position, she whispers. No reply, only static. At 0530, movement flickers in her scope. Men with rifles creep through the industrial quarter, 2 organized for looters. 3, then 5, then entire squads, 30 or more. They set PKMs on rooftops, RPGs by doorways, radios in hand. An ambush taking shape with cold precision. Harper keys her mic again. Overwatch 7 to Ranger 2-4. Multiple hostiles, heavy weapons, building perimeter around Compound Echo. The signal breaks apart in static. She tries again. Nothing. They won't hear her in that concrete jungle. Below, 12. Rangers advance routine patrol. Low profile. They pass rusted trucks and burned signs, heading toward the same compound Harper is staring at. She can't stop them. She can only watch. Minutes later, the first explosion tears through the morning. A rocket hits the courtyard. Rifle fire follows like a storm. Mason Hale's voice cuts through the chaos. We're hit. Taking cover. Enemies everywhere. From the ridge, Harper locks her first target. Distance 560 meters. Wind left to right, 2 miles per hour. She exhales halfway, heart flatlined with focus. The rifle coughs once suppressed. Surgical. Through the lens, she sees the gunner drop. The PKM falls silent. She shifts, RPG operator. 2nd floor balcony. 510 meters. Hez reloading, oblivious. Tap. Another fall. 2 down. Inside the compound, Rangers regain rhythm. Corporal Aidan Brooks loads a new magazine, hands trembling. Staff Sergeant Victor Rudd drags him behind a wall, barking. Breathe, rookie! Watch your lane! Dust fills the air thick as smoke. Rockets scream again. Harper adjusts her scope, finds the source northern roof. A pair of fighters setting up a fresh PKM. She tags the spot, fires once, then again. Both silhouettes vanish. Mason's radio crackles. Any Overwatch on our sector? The reply is calm, almost cold. Overwatch 7. I have you. Keep moving west. I'm cutting the outer ring. Relief floods the line. A ghost is watching over them. Harper works the ridge like a machine. Each shot timed to the rhythm of breath and recoil. She clears a path the Rangers can't see, 1 rooftop at a time. But the radio static thickens, the enemy's jamming, net tightening. She wipes grit from her cheek, resets her dope chart, scans left. A column of smoke marks the compound. 12 lives pinned under walls she can't reach. If the ambush closes, they're done. Another RPG flares. The projectile slams 2 feet from Mason Hale's cover. He dives. Harper sees it all through her glass, the impact, the flash, the blur. Her pulse spikes once, then steadies. Focus. She tracks the reload. Half-exposed silhouette. Crack. The launcher falls from his hands. She checks her mag. 22 rounds left. Too many targets. Not enough time. But the math doesn't matter. What matters is the next shot, and the one after that. Down in the kill zone, Mason orders smoke for withdrawal. White clouds billow, hiding the movement. Harper tightens her sling, adjusts elevation, scans for muzzle flashes. She will keep them alive until extraction or until the ridge goes silent. The desert wind picks up again, carrying dust over her scope. Harper blinks it clear and whispers to herself. Rangers lead the way. I just clear the path. Then, she reloads, settles behind the glass, and waits for the next target to appear through the storm. Harper cycles the bolt, keeps her cheek tight to the stock. Dust swirls like ghosts over Sakar Ridge. Through the scope, muzzle flashes bloom across Aldamir's rooftops. The enemy is spreading, tightening the noose. Down below, Mason Hale leads his men through broken corridors. Keep moving! Don't stop! He yells, voice ragged. 12 shadows in a burning maze. They have no idea how many rifles are aiming at them. Harper breathes steady. She pivots to the north building. 3 PKMs rattle from different angles, one burst after another. She fires 3 rounds, measured, deliberate. Each burst ends mid-stride. The compound grows a heartbeat quieter. She keys her mic. Whisper low. Ranger 2-4. This is Overwatch 7. You've got open lanes west. Move now. A faint reply crackles back through the haze. Copy, Overwatch. You're saving our skin out here. No response from her, just the soft click of the next magazine. The rhythm of her breathing merges with the tempo of gunfire. She spots another target, an RPG on the roof near the water tower. Distance. 545 meters. She adjusts, squeezes, sees him drop before the rocket fires. But something shifts. Her gut tightens. The next flash doesn't come from the compound, it comes from her left flank. A sharp crack splits the ridge beside her. A bullet. Close. Too close. She freezes, lets sand slide over her position. Scope search. Slow. Careful. Then she sees it a glint, half a kilometer away. Low roof. Dragunov muzzle smoking. The enemy found her. No time to crawl. The next round hits rock inches from her arm. Splinters cut her cheek. She moves 3 meters downslope, tucks behind a fractured boulder. Heart pounding, hands steady. This is a duel now. She watches the reflection again. The Dragunov shifts slightly, hunting the flicker of her lens. Harper exhale long and even. Don't look at him. Look at where hell appear. She leads his movement by inches. The rifle bucks once. Silence follows. Through the haze, his scope tumbles off the ledge. But she can't confirm the kill. Too much smoke. Still, the firing stops. She keeps her rifle trained, waiting for movement that never comes. Back at the compound, the Rangers fight room to room. Aiden Brooks tosses a grenade through a doorway, counts to 3, moves. The blast clears a passage. Victor Rudd lays suppressive fire while Keller preps charges on the west wall. Mason checks his men 2 wounded, all breathing. Hold it together, he mutters. We're not dying in this dump. Harper reloads. 31 rounds left. She shifts back to Overwatch. Through drifting smoke, shapes dart between buildings. She fires twice, 3 times. The echo of each shot rolls down the valley like thunder. Her radio hisses again. Mason's voice. White smoke going up. We're breaching west. Roger, she answers. Ill cover the outer block. The compound disappears under a gray cloud. She can't see their movement now, only muzzle flashes stabbing through the fog. She traces them, timing bursts, hitting what she can't see but knows is there. Each shot a calculation, each second a chance to fail. Bullets pepper the ridge again, blind fire. They've pinpointed her general area, shards of rock chip near her scope. She ducks, rolls, shifts, Position another few meters. Pain flares in her shoulder from the crawl, but she keeps moving. She hears a hiss behind her, wind catching the spent casings. Harper steadies the rifle on a new angle, sights through the mist. 5 insurgents are converging toward the Rangers' exit path. Range: 520 meters. She breathes, fires in rhythm. 1, 2, 3. Bodies drop like dominoes in the haze. Down below, Mason's voice breaks through again. Breaching! Fire in the hole! The detonation rolls like thunder through the valley. Smoke blossoms outward. Rangers pour through the gap, dragging the wounded. Harper shifts her focus to the flanking street. 2 figures sprinting with RPGs. She drops the first clean. The second fires. The rocket veers, hits a wall short of the Rangers. She exhales, barely made it. Her mag runs dry. She checks her pouch, 3 left, each half full. She's burned through 70 rounds already. Too fast, too many targets. 31 left, she whispers, half to herself. 12 enemies still moving through the maze. She does the math. Not much margin. But math doesn't win fights. Discipline does. She swaps mags, reloads with practiced calm. In the smoke below, Mason's team disappears into alleys. Harper keeps shooting, marking their path. She isn't thinking about medals, or headlines, or even survival. She's thinking about keeping that name on the roster Hale from ever being crossed out. The ridge wind howls, covering her scent, masking her heat. She presses her cheek back to the rifle. The city below flickers with gunfire like dying stars. Harper Vale breathes once more, settles her scope, and begins the next round of killing that will decide who makes it home alive. The ridge shakes under incoming fire. Rockets slam into stone, showering Harper in grit and metal shards. A burning sting flashes across her left shoulder shrapnel. She bites down hard, rolls behind cover. Her support arm goes numb. Breathing fast, she rips open her med pouch. Quick wrap. Tight knot. No time to bleed out. Her hand trembles for half a second, then steadies. She drags the rifle forward, braces it on the rock. Everything else fades but the crosshairs. Down below, the Rangers breach the west wall. A cloud of dust and smoke swallows the compound. Mason Hale's voice comes through, hoarse but alive. All teams, move! West alley clear! Harper answers, low and certain. Covering. A shape darts in her scope, enemy flank, rooftops above the breach. Range 550. She exhales, fires. The fighter collapses mid-sprint. Another appears, reloading an RPG. She adjusts, fires again. The launcher falls with him. Pain flares as she shifts. Her shoulder screams. She can't feel her fingers on the left hand, so she locks the sling around her arm and pulls the trigger one-handed. It works. Barely. Below, Aiden Brooks drags a wounded teammate through the gap. Keller covers with short bursts from his M4. Rudd drops 2 insurgents trying to cut them off. Mason waves them forward, voice raw. Move! Don't stop till we hit open ground. Harper scans beyond the smoke. Through the flicker of fire, something catches her eye, a second ambush forming at the edge of the industrial road. PKMs, RPGs, same setup, aimed at the rescue convoy heading in. If they fire, the QRF will drive straight into a kill zone. She switches elevation, wipes blood from her fingers, realigns the scope. Distance 620, wind shifting east. She adjusts instinctively. You're not taking them too. The first shot takes the gunner off the PKM. The second finds the loader. The third hits the RPG man square in the chest before he can shoulder the tube. Her pulse hammers. 3 more down, but the ridge gives away her position. Bullets lash the rocks. She flattens, presses her cheek against dirt. 1 round ricochets, clips her earpiece clean off. The hiss of static fades into ringing silence. She can't hear Mason's voice anymore, just the storm of gunfire. She reloads last full mag. 15 rounds. She counts the seconds between bursts, waits for the lull. Then she rises, half kneeling, scanning for any muzzle flash that dares appear. A window lights up. Harper fires twice. Gone. Another flash, farther left. She fires once. The city echoes like thunder rolling away. Below, the Rangers break through the alleys into open terrain. QRF vehicles, 4 strikers rumble toward them from the desert road. The link-up is seconds away. Harper tracks their path, covering the rooftops as they run. She spots movement on a roof near the intersection. A lone insurgent with a rocket aimed straight at the convoy. Distance 480, no margin for error. Her shoulder throbs, vision swims. She exhales slow, fires. The backblast detonates mid-launch. Flames bloom across the roof. The convoy barrels through the smoke untouched. Her hands tremble from recoil, but she keeps scanning. One by one, the muzzle flashes vanish. The city's noise dies, replaced by wind. Smoke drifts like torn fabric over Aldemir. The ambush is broken. Harper slumps against the rock, breathing hard, eyes still on the scope. She checks her mag. 2 rounds left. She chambers one, saves the other, just in case. Below, Mason's voice returns faint through the static. All teams accounted for. Extraction complete. Overwatch? Can you move? She clicks her mic, voice rough. Copy. Ridge secure. Moving now. Her body feels heavier than the rifle. Every muscle trembles from hours of tension and blood loss. But she starts crawling downslope, inch by inch. The horizon burns orange as the sun climbs. Every step kicks up the smell of cordite and sand. Halfway down, she looks back once the ridge, the empty rooftops, the silence she carved into the city. Then she keeps walking. By the time she reaches the extraction zone, the strikers are idling, dust swirling around their armor. Rangers stand by the vehicles, helmets off, eyes hollow. They see her silhouette emerge from the heat, Shimmer the sniper, who made the city go quiet. Mason Hale steps forward, face streaked with soot and disbelief. He starts to speak, but no words come. Harper lowers her rifle, blood drying on her sleeve. For the first time all day, she lets herself breathe. 21 minutes of combat. 34 confirmed kills, 9 probable. 12 Rangers alive, and 1 woman, limping down a ridge that will never be marked on any map. Engines rumble through the haze. 4 strikers idle in a half circle, their armor smeared with dust and sunlight. The valley smells of cordite, diesel, and victory, too quiet to celebrate. Harper limps into view, helmet under her arm, rifle slung low. The Rangers turn eyes wide, disbelief mixed with awe. She looks like a ghost dragged out of the desert, blood caked to her sleeve. Mason Hale steps forward. His uniform is shredded, voice raw from shouting. For a heartbeat, he doesn't move, just stares. Then he walks fast, closing the distance. "Harper?" he says, barely a whisper. She nods once. "Hey." He stops in front of her, throat tight. "You were on the ridge?" Her eyes meet his. "All day." He exhales, half laugh, half choke. "Jesus, kid." "You," he breaks off, glancing at the rifle. "That was you? Every one of those shots?" "Most of them," she says softly. The rest just stopped breathing. The air between them feels heavier than the heat. He wants to hug her but hesitates. Her shoulder is torn, arm stiff in the sling. She sees it and steps in first, careful but firm. For a few seconds, the war falls away. Behind them, the team gathers in a loose circle. Aiden Brooks, still pale from shock, gives a shaky grin. "Ma'am, I thought angels had wings, not rifles." Harper smirks faintly. "Depends on the mission." Victor Rudd laughs under his breath, voice rough. "Whatever she is, we owe her a lifetime." Mason glances around at his surviving men. Every one of them alive because of her. No cheering, no applause, just quiet respect. He squeezes her uninjured shoulder. "You saved us, sis. Every damn one." Aiden lowers his rifle, watching them both. "Wait, you too?" Mason chuckles through exhaustion. "Yeah, Harper Vale. My little sister." Brooks' eyes widen. "You're kidding." "Nope," Harper says. "Family business." The line earns a laugh that doesn't quite reach anyone's eyes, but it breaks the tension. They ride back toward Camp Dryden under the white blaze of noon. Inside the striker, silence fills the cabin. Harper leans back against the seat, eyelids half closed. Her pulse still feels like gunfire in her veins. Mason sits opposite her, helmet resting on his knees. He studies her face, dust, blood, calm beyond reason. "What were you thinking up there?" he finally asks. She looks out the hatch window, eyes on the endless sand. About keeping you alive, she says. That's all that mattered. Hours later, at base, debrief begins. Colonel Wexler, the battalion commander, listens without interruption. Harper's account is short, clinical, stripped of pride. She describes movements, coordinates, wind calls, confirmed hits. When she finishes, the room stays silent for a long moment. Wexler clears his throat. Staff Sergeant Vale, your actions prevented the total loss of Ranger Unit 24. 34 confirmed, 9 probable. Under 21 minutes, single overwatch. That's beyond extraordinary. Harper shifts uneasily. Just did my job, sir. The colonel smiles faintly. That's exactly why it matters. He stands, holds a small folder. I'm recommending you for the Bronze Star with Valor, effective immediately. And a promotion. Senior Sniper Instructor, Fort Summit. We could use your kind of calm in our training program. Harper nods once, quiet as always. Thank you, sir. Later that week, under a washed-out Georgia sun, she stands in formation. The metal gleams once, then disappears beneath her uniform. No cameras, no crowd, just a handful of soldiers who know what she did. Mason is there too, still stiff from his wounds. When the ceremony ends, he walks up beside her. Don't think this gets you out of Thanksgiving, he says. She laughs, the sound surprising both of them. Fine, she says. But you're cooking. 6 months later. A new desert. Another ridge. Harper kneels beside a young sniper trainee, Private Noah Briggs, barely 21. He breathes fast, eyes fixed through the scope. A truck convoy rolls along the road below. Target at 612 meters, he mutters. Harper nods. Wind 2 left. Take your time. He hesitates, then fires. The shot cracks clean. On the road, an RPG team crumples before they can lift the launcher. Harper watches through her binoculars, calm. Good, she says. You just saved 9 people. Noah exhales hard, adrenaline trembling through him. Does it ever get easier? Harper looks at him. No. You just get better at staying calm. Fears, not weakness. It's information. Use it. The wind tugs at her hair as she says it. It's the same wind that once carried gunfire through Aldemir. She adjusts her cap, scanning the horizon. Remember, she adds quietly, we don't chase glory. We keep them alive. Her radio crackles. Command traffic. Faint but urgent. Overwatch 7. Priority message. She answers. Voice steady. Go ahead. Static. Then a single sentence. Intel confirms a sniper network operating out of Aldemir. Leader unknown. Using American techniques. Harper's eyes narrow. She lifts her scope, sweeping the opposite ridge. Through heat shimmer, a lone figure stands with a Dragunov, watching her patrol. The same silhouette she fought months ago. Noah whispers. You see him? Harper exhales, slow and sure. Yeah, she says. Hes back. The wind stills for a moment, the desert holding its breath. Harper chambers around, eyes behind glass. Contact, she murmurs. The crosshairs settle. If you enjoyed the story, consider sending a super chat to help bring more stories like this. Now, click on the video on the screen to hear another story that's just as powerful and captivating, with courage, sacrifice, and a choice that will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about duty and justice.